Welcome to The Bachelor. This is awesome. I am a huge Bachelor fan. Spencer, are you ready to meet the lovely ladies?
Oh yeah, I'm looking for love.
Hi, I'm AGB. I am a former Supreme Court Justice.
Very cool.
Hi, I'm Elise.
Hi.
The only onesie you need.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm gonna make all your dreams come true.
Spencer, I'm your only answer.
Wow, look at you. Oh, okay.
Hi, Spencer.
Hi.
I'm Amanda Fountain.
Very cool.
I love football.
Me too.
All right.
Amanda, could I see you in the LC?
Sure.
Will you accept this rose?
Sure.
Very cool.
Welcome to a new quarter of Kickin' It. I'm Lexi.
And I'm Emily. Coming up in the show, we take a look at Fall Follies, water polo, and the Scotland exchange students. Senior Maria Caradonna is collecting candy bag donations for her capstone during lunch next week.
The donations will go to the Gladden Community House, a nonprofit agency to help provide a safe Halloween for Franklinton children.
Plus, every donation earns a chance to win a $25 Visa gift card.
Cloud9 Cure is selling candygrams next week during lunch.
They're being sold for $1, and all money goes to make care packages for patients at Nationwide Children's Hospital.
The candygrams will be delivered on Halloween.
And in the spirit of the season, UAHS is hosting a blood drive on Monday from 3 to 8 p.m.
Students must be 17 to donate or 16 with a parent consent form. To sign up for a time slot, go to redcrossblood.org. Stop by the nurse's office for details.
Target announced this week that they will not sell clown masks this month due to the scary clown sightings.
Well, looks like we gotta find something else for this year.
Don't worry, Lex. I hear they have some great gorilla costumes to dress up as internet sensation Harambe.
Speaking of costumes, yesterday was the first showing of this year's Fall Follies.
And Lexi, there are 2 more opportunities to see Follies. If you've ever wondered what it's like to hang out backstage during the show, check it out. While the audience enjoys a relaxed night at the theater, our students are busy backstage changing, doing homework, and trying to catch a glimpse of their favorite number, hiding out in the wings, ready to go on for the next song. So come see Fall Follies to see all these crazy choir kids in action. This is Emily Gray for WARL. The Vocal Music Bears perform in the auditorium at 7:30 p.m. Saturday and 2:30 Sunday. Tickets are available online at uavocalmusic.org or at the door. If you want to see more backstage craziness, follow UA Vocal Music on Snapchat, where each night a different performer will be live updating.
Check it out on Saturday when Kickin' It's very own M. Gray hosts. In other news, seniors, Wednesday was our only capstone release day of the year. Seniors hopefully worked on that.
But Lex, why would we work on our day off?
I'll tell you why. According to federal data released Monday, the nation's high school graduation rate hit the record high of 83.2% across all ethnic and racial groups. So we got to keep up the good work.
At least we're done with standardized testing. Sophomores and juniors, although the graduation rate went up, the standardized math and reading scores are decreasing.
As our former sports host Spencer would say, very cool. Speaking of, let's kick it to Lily and Elise with sports.
Hello and welcome to sports. As you may know, Lily and I don't play sports or even watch them.
So this should be interesting.
Anyway, the girls' water polo team is playing in the state championship today at Princeton High School.
And the boys' water polo team will be doing the same next weekend.
Here's a look at our favorite fall water bears.
The boys and girls water polo teams are known at UAHS for their consistent dominance during regular season and in the tournament. With the girls team competing at the state championship at this very moment and the boys going for the gold next weekend, Kickin' It Live caught up with captains Drew Wilson and Katie Trace to find out more about the sport.
We've been doing really well. We've beaten every team we've played at least once this year. We've had a few losses here or there, which has kind of been a bummer. But our 2 big teams that we have to beat this year are St. Charles and St. X, and we've been able to beat both of them so far this year. So going into the state tournament, we're feeling pretty confident.
Like Wilson, Trace is also expecting a big win at states.
I think coming home without a win will be a disappointment. I think everyone in all of our minds is that the championship is ours.
This has been Elise Schaefer for WARL.
Good luck to the water polo teams. Speaking of water bears, Ellie Winslow is our athlete of the week.
Ellie announced on Monday that she has committed to Duke University for diving.
Ellie even got a comment from UA grad, Duke Medical School student and Olympian Abby Johnson this week on her Instagram post.
Keep up the good work, Ellie.
The field hockey team won their first tournament game on Wednesday, and they will be playing against Waterson this Tuesday.
Speaking of tournaments, now we kick it to an interview with tennis doubles team Masha Manelchuk and Ashley Weeks, who are competing at states this weekend.
How does it feel to be one of the first seeds in the upcoming state tournament?
We're so excited, and I'm so happy to be able to end my tennis career here at the high school going to the state tournament.
Yeah, it was just like super surprising when we won the finals at districts. Like we had a really tough match and we managed to pull it out.
Are you nervous to be competing at states?
Well, yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking because the level of competition is really high at the state tournament.
And neither of us have ever played individual states before, so.
How have you been preparing for this tournament, and how far do you think you'll get?
Well, our coaches have really prepared us well through the tough practices and a lot of conditioning, so we're hoping that we can perform well.
Yeah, we're going to try to win our first 2 matches so we can get to the Final Four on Saturday.
This has been Lily Walsh for WARL.
Thanks, Masha and Ashley. We'll have an update on this dynamic duo next week.
Good luck to girls golf today and tomorrow as they play in the state tournament over at OSU.
It seems like UAHS really is the greatest. Speaking of a great team,
it's senior night at the Marv this evening for cheer, football, and band. The theme is a pink out.
Lisa Pontius will be collecting money before the game to benefit Hoops for a Cure.
In upcoming football news, the Bear Den will be selling t-shirts for next week's game against Dublin Kaufman.
Shirts are $10 and will be sold during lunch periods.
Upper Arlington Special Olympics needs certified lifeguards for a swim meet on October 29th.
Please see Mrs. Crawford in the second floor LC or email her at jcrawford@uaschools.org if you can help lifeguard the meet.
Finally, if you have sports news from your team, slide into our DMs on Twitter at @live_UA with updates. Now back to Emily and Lexi.
The Arlingtonian is being distributed today, so look for it, read it, and pass it on.
There's a mandatory meeting for Spanish Honor Society next Tuesday at 7:15 a.m. in the LC.
After school on Tuesday, the International Movie Group will watch Desert Dancer in room 243.
Last week, some UAHS students hosted the Scottish exchange students. Let's take a look.
From October 6th through 16th, Scotland exchange students were housed with some families at Upper Arlington. During their visit, they experienced a day here at UAHS, a UA football game at Davidson, Cedar Point, an OSU football game, the Franklin Park Conservatory, Easton Shopping Center, hiking at the Clifton Gorge, swing dancing, a group sleepover, and more. Let's take a look at what some of the UA students liked about their experience housing a Scot.
I really liked getting to know a bunch of people from Scotland, like kids our age, because it's interesting to see like the difference in cultures.
I loved hearing all their accents and how like we kind of adapted to them too. Like we found ourselves like slipping into Scottish accents sometimes.
So you hear the Scots, they're talking in American accents, and then you hear the Americans, and we talk in the Scottish accent. Instead of math, we say maths. Instead of saying little, we say we. All the girls on the American side fancy Fifi, who's Allison's partner. We actually have a group message called Fifi's Girls.
My name is Felix. I love my Fifi's Girls.
Next are the surprises the Scots encountered during their visit.
So much bigger and eccentric here.
Probably the heat. It never gets this hot in Scotland. Yeah, definitely the weather.
And all the girls finding attractive.
So the music on the corridors on Friday, we
That was
absolutely
so
loved
cool.
it. And we don't have anything like Kickin it either, so that's quite cool.
The use of technology, like we don't have like laptops or anything like that in class. Like our teachers can't use the internet pretty much. They're all like
our teachers are always in like shirt, tie, like trousers.
Now we take a look at some similarities and differences between what the Scots expected and what they experienced.
I think I expected everything to be bigger. The food's definitely bigger.
I was expecting it to be more like High School Musical
Yeah.
as well. But I think we were expecting it to be a bit similar in
Yeah.
terms of subjects and stuff. Like I don't think we were expecting such a dramatic change. And the commitment from you guys is insane as well.
Yeah, like the
Like,
intensity of everything, the intensity of band and like cheerleading, rowing, all of that was really shocking because we don't have anything like that. We don't have as much school spirit.
Yeah, like we have a sports team that play like maybe like once a month or something. Like honestly.
While going through this experience, some of the partners formed interesting relationships.
I think Scots in general are just pretty smelly.
and messy. I would say he's been a pretty rude guest. Overall, I've hated the experience.
I'd just like to say that staying with Chris has been the worst experience of my life. You have been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, cutie.
Stay rad, UA.
This has been Lexi Murray from WARL. That was just a wee bit too cute, don't you think, Em?
Too true, Lex. Those Scots will be missed.
I know you may be tired of hearing about them, but the final presidential debate was Wednesday.
Gov students, you can celebrate now because not only are the debates over, we all have school off on Election Day for in-school voting. If you're registered to vote, the polls will be open from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. on November 8th.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration report this week, there's a 10% increase in fatal car accidents amongst teens than the previous years. The accidents often involve speeding and distracted driving, so bears, stay safe on the roads.
The Orchestra Bears will deliver a spooktacular performance next Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m.
The Halloween-themed concert will feature classics like Monster Mash, Ghostbusters, and Thriller.
Tickets are $5 and proceeds will help fund the orchestra trip to Pearl Harbor in February.
The Orchestra Bears will perform at the USS Battleship Missouri.
Next week we'll be live and in person for a special pep rally show.
But until then, stay gold, UA!